Says, my non-Muslim grandmother included me in her will. I know that a Muslim cannot inherit from a non-Muslim, but the money and the land, she wrote a will giving it to me after her death. So does that make it halal? Also, it should be noted that what she gave me was money from investment account that probably is riba based. And she also gave me the land which was sold, and I received some of the money, etc. So the issue is, what's the ruling on a Muslim inheriting a kafir? The Prophet said, ﷺ, a Muslim does not inherit a kafir, and a kafir does not inherit a Muslim. Because inheritance is a strong bond and connection that Islam wants to separate Muslims from the non-Muslims, even if they are next of kin, even if they are your parents or your offspring. However, it is the consensus of scholars that a Muslim can write a will. Well, actually, a non-Muslim can include in his will a Muslim. And also the majority of scholars say that a Muslim can also include in his will a non-Muslim, because when you write a will, this is like a gift. So what's the ruling on me giving my kafir brother, my sibling, giving him a gift? This is completely permissible, as in the case of, for example, Umar, may Allah be pleased with him, he sent a piece of cloth made of silk to his brother who was a disbeliever in Mecca. Asma bint Abi Bakr also requested the Prophet ﷺ to be kind to, and this is one of the narrations, to her relatives, etc. It is beyond doubt that it is permissible to give and to receive gifts from a disbeliever. And a will is like so. However, scholars limited this will to be in equivalent to what we are allowed to write in our wills. And that is 1/3 of whatever you leave behind. So if your mother, sister, wrote to you the whole thing, the whole 9 yards, then the majority of scholars say that this is not allowed. You can only take 1/3. And if the remaining of the heirs, for example, if you have other siblings, if you have grandparents of your mother's side, if you have someone who would inherit in Islam, your mother, if they were all Muslims, including your mother, if there are people as such heirs, they have to give you permission to take the whole thing. Otherwise, you can only take 1/3. There is an opinion of scholars, of some scholars, saying that in the case of a non-Muslim, if he dies and all of his will, all of his inheritance, all of his money would go to the kafir government. In this case, if he writes a will to his relative who's Muslim, then the Muslim may take the whole thing. And inshallah, if this is the case, if the kafir would benefit from the remaining 2/3 and it goes to the government, you're more entitled to take it as a will, but not as an inheritance, and Allah Azza wa Jalla knows best.